Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus. This is the Minecraft Let's Play episode 17, I believe. So, if you were here for last episode, you'll remember that we worked up in this area of the base, in the ravine station area, and we managed to get the outbound section of the track, the inbound section of the track, almost up to the spec that we wanted it. So that was a nice and productive episode. Today we are going to be working on something which I'll inform you about in a second, but for now we're going to check out the product of a mining session that I went on between videos. So we took our shulker boxes with us and managed to pull out quite a bunch of stuff here. So we got 2 stacks of iron ore, almost 3, about 3/4 of a stack of gold ore, 23 diamonds, a bunch of coal, a bunch of redstone, a little bit more coal, and a little bit of redstone. So what we're going to start this episode off by doing is just putting all of this stuff in a furnace so that it can cook up. And then after that we can move on to whatever is next. So let me just organize that for you guys. So we can pop the gold in, the iron, and there we go. So I'll leave this here for now, I'll organize that a bit later on. But now we will head off and I can reveal to you what we'll be working on in today's episode. So, today we are going to be revisiting the tree farm. Things have changed. So, between videos, once again, I came in here and just carved out a large area of the farm. And now you can see we have this huge open space. Obviously, we have a little bit to cover up, but we had some caves going on down here. And a few more of the shafts from the abandoned mine shaft just in and around the area, but it's nothing that we can't handle. We just need to patch it over, basically. But what we're going to do today is we are going to say, as I said, we are going to revisit the tree farm and try and get a different design up and running so that we can get this thing moving along and in action. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go off camera as I usually do. I'm going to complete a bit of work on the tree farm here, and then once I've made a bit of progress, I'll rejoin you. Catch you in a second. Welcome back to the video, you guys. And we've done a little bit of work around here in the tree farm, as I said I would. And one good thing to kick this segment of the video off is that this tree actually grew naturally. So we obviously have dug out now enough space for trees to, for the dark oaks to grow in here naturally. So we can confirm that we do actually have enough space dug out. I did expand the area this thing had to grow a little bit. So that's probably a reason why they're now growing naturally. But it's just good to see that we've got our calculations correct here. We could maybe push the ceiling up by 1 or 2 more blocks if needs be, but I think at the moment things should be okay as they are. As you can see, I've pretty much organized all of the room now. It's still looking very untidy, but I filled in a few of the holes around the side, laid down this barrier here because this is where one of the walls is going to go in this farm, and I've also dug out this area. So I had a plan, and that's to dig sort of elongated semicircle out. So as you can see, the semicircle is here and it sort of extends down to the back of the room that way. And down in here we're just going to have a bit more of we're going to have a few more dark oak trees growing probably, and it's just to add a bit more depth and change and variety to the room, to be honest. So we might add a sort of garden area down here as well, whereas up here could be paths made of stone. So we'll think about what we're going to do when the time comes. But as for the tree farm, this is how it's looking at the moment, and we're going to continue work here. Also, we need to tear out the stairs. As I said, I really don't like the stair design that we've got going here. They're just too clunky and fat for me and take up too much space. So we're going to get rid of those sometime soon as well. And we also need to tear out these slabs here because we're no longer going to be using them. So I can start doing that right here. But obviously, I'll probably finish this off camera. It's not very interesting at all. Anyway, you guys, let me pop off camera again here, and I will catch you all once we've made a bit more progress. Okie dokie, we're back again, and let me turn around the camera for you. Here we go. So not too much in terms of progress, if I'm totally honest with you guys, but we've decided on the positions of our dark oak trees now. So we've got 3 on this side on the left and 3 on this side on the right, up at the first layer, so a total of 6 there on this this elevated layer. And then on the lower layer we've got another 4 trees, 2 on each side, so that's a total of 10 dark oak trees. In my opinion, that's more than enough because, as you know, they grow a lot larger than regular oak trees, so they're much more They provide much more resource than regular trees, so 10 should be enough in this farm, in my opinion. If not, we can always extend things here or just find a way to add in some more trees, but I think this is fine for now. Down here as well in the middle, I also want to do another design feature. So if we just dig out 5 blocks there, I want to do like a smaller semicircle inside of the larger one that we're going to transform into a lake, just to have some fish or something down here, just something a little bit more interesting. So I'm not following any guides for this semicircle. I'm just building it, digging it out from my own sort of interpretation here. So it's probably not going to be perfect, but I think it'll be fine, honestly. We might need to actually bring it in one more block on the sides. If we bring it in, say one more on each layer here, how is that going to look? What would that make it? I'd make it 3 at the very tip. That's kind of narrow, so actually let's extend it back out. Because what I'm afraid of here is the fact that we've got this drop down like this, because I want to have some sort of slabs to get us from the top layer to the bottom layer. We could probably extend out this area. So extend out the semicircle portion a bit further this way at the end, just to allow for the transition to be a bit more smooth. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll have a think about that, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to dig this out with you guys here just for a second, just so you can get a sort of idea of what's going to happen with this area of the tree farm once it's complete. So let's just dig out these last few blocks of cobble. There we go. So what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have a single. Okay, that one needs to come out then, I guess. A single, a double, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So now if we take a look from the elevated level, you can see down in here, this is all going to be grass and trees and plants and all of that good stuff. Then in here we're going to have a little lake, as I said, and that is going to have a few fish in it. Maybe some underwater plants as well, if we can fit that in. Just something to add a bit of design to the room, since we're not going to be using that space all that much anyway, since all of our trees finish at this point. So that is the plan for that part of the room. Anyway, you guys, I am going to go back off camera again, continue working on the tree farm, and I will be right back. Alright, you guys, welcome back to the video. Okay, so it is actually the next day in real time, and I've been doing a lot of AFK fishing, and we have managed to get not 1, not 2, but 3 mending books, and I can't tell you how happy I am, you guys. I mean, it's taken me ages to get the first one, but as soon as the first one came, the second and the third came, like, really soon after. You know how it is with these things sometimes. So we finally got 3, and I think I've chose the perfect items for them to be attached to. So the elytra is going to get 1, of course. Our pickaxe is going to get 1, and finally our sword is also going to get 1. So we're going to have mending elytra, a mending fortune pick, and a mending sword, which has looting 3 and sharpness 5 on it. I don't think there are any better choices currently for us. Not really. We haven't got anything else. I mean, armor wise, I can just replace it fairly easily. So yeah, I think we're going to go with what we've selected. We're also going to take a pickaxe that is going to allow us to get efficiency 5 on this one once we repair it. So let's go ahead and make these changes with an anvil. Boom, there we go. So elytra, mending, nice. First of all, we'll repair the pick, get it to efficiency 5, add mending to it. Boom, nice. And then sword, mending. There we go. So now we've got 3 items that contain the mending enchantment, which is very, very nice indeed. And something that has been a long time coming. So our sword probably needs a repair, so we can take that to the farm in a minute, the skeleton experience farm. Our elytra we are probably going to use this episode, so you know what, let's go and craft ourselves some fireworks, because we need some vines from a jungle biome. And the reason why we need them is because we want to be able to produce mossy cobblestone at will. So I think today in this episode, I might try and fly over to a jungle biome and grab us some of those nice vines, because as soon as we have some, then we have pretty much unlimited vines, because as you guys know, you can easily farm them. It's not very difficult at all, so we might go and do that. Only issue I have with doing that is that the jungle biome is about 6,000 blocks away in one direction. I can't remember whether it's X or Y. Sorry, X or Z, but it definitely is quite a distance out, so we're going to have to be careful with the amount of rockets we have. So what I might do is as well, I might quickly head back to our base upstairs and grab any leftover gunpowder that we have up there and craft some more rockets. So we probably want to take the sugarcane if we're going to do that. I'm also smelting up some extra cooked salmon from our AFK sessions, just because it's the food of choice at the moment, so I think it's good to just keep ourselves stocked up on it. There we go. I'm just going to make sure I've got 64 in my inventory as well. Nice. So let's take off our chest piece, place our elytra on, and we can leave that here. For now, we will leave the diamond pickaxe here as well. I think we need to grab ourselves some shears. That's probably a very important tool to take with us, right? So let us head back upstairs in the cart, and we can craft ourselves a few more rockets. And then we can think about getting ourselves on this journey to get some vines, which is going to be an interesting one, because for some reason jungle biomes seem to be quite rare, similar to the ice biomes which I needed to locate earlier in the series to get myself some ice. So it's not always the easiest thing to go and get yourself some vines, but I don't think there's any easier ways to attain them besides going to a jungle biome. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty damn sure that the jungle biome is the only source of them, so that is where we're going to have to go. Anyway, you guys, once I have crafted the rest of the rockets here, we will start our journey, which I will do off camera because it's going to take a while. I don't want to take up too much of the video time with boring things like flying around, so let's just get these crafted and then we can go off camera and get this done. Okay, so 26 paper, that should do the trick. I'm just going to take all the rockets that we have at the moment. Don't want to risk not making it there, so let's just dump these in food and agriculture. Then misc items, yeah, we can just pop the paper in there, I suppose. Okay, so there we go, you guys. I am now gonna go off camera, make our way over to the jungle biome, and I'll rejoin you once we make it there. So catch you in a second. Okay, everybody, here we are. We found our way over to a jungle biome, as you can see. So we are about, what are we? We're at 3,410 on the X and 442 on the Z, so we're quite far out from the main base. The main base, let me just check, is at 202 in the X and negative 564 in the Z, so that's a bit of a reference point there for you. So all we've got left to do now is to jump down and grab ourselves some vines, and we are good to go, so let's do that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to grab quite a few, I suppose, just to ensure that we've got enough when we get back. We could even use some of it immediately rather than waiting for it to grow, which would be a good idea, just so that we can get things moving, you know. So I'm going to grab a few more than we require. Well, we require one, really, so anything more than one is a bonus. And I wish jungle biomes were a bit more, well, I don't know if they are rare, to be honest, but I never seem to find them that often. I wish they were a bit more common, because I do like them. They're quite interesting biomes, especially to build in, because of all the thick foliage. It makes it look quite cool once you've got a few structures up and running around the place. But unfortunately for us, this is probably the closest we are going to get to a jungle biome. And it's not really that big of a deal. We could eventually lead a portal through the nether here one day if we want to. I did see a pretty cool village on the way here as well. It was in the middle of a... Well, I don't know what the biomes are actually called, but it has the tall spruce trees. Yeah, I don't really see those biomes too often either, but it looked quite cool. It had a village nearby as well. I really liked the look of it. So, yeah, maybe we could bring a portal out here one day if we decide to do so and get some builds done around the jungle. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, we're just going to probably gather a stack of vines here before we head back. So let's just get 3 more. That should do the trick. There we go. Okay, stack and 1. That'll be fine. Alright, you guys, I need to get back to base, so catch you in a second. Okie dokie guys, so we made it back successfully from the jungle biome, and as you can see I've taken off my elytra wings for now just because we're not going to require them around the base. So I just dumped my chest plate back on. We have got 64 and a single vine, so let's just take it. I think it's probably one vine per mossy, I'm guessing, so let's just take a look at that for a second. Yes, that's correct. So we're going to actually need to grow a bunch of this stuff. So let's just place these vines in random locations around the base. So I guess up there it works. And pretty much just let them grow. Just let them do what they want to do. And then once they do grow, we can start to harvest them, which will be nice. So I'm going to place a few up here as well, just to make sure we get some coverage. And where else could we go and place a few of these guys? Probably along here would be fine, right? So let's just go up there, placing as we go, and that'll do for now, I think. So we've placed quite a few vines, and they should continue to grow over time. We can harvest them whenever we need to. So let's use the rest to craft some mossy cobblestone, because we are going to be using that in the next segment of the video here. There we go. Now we've got a little bit more supply of that. We also need to grab ourselves some crackstone brick. We're going to need some andesite. We're going to need some gravel. And, well, I'm looking for all the textures that are in this floor, so I think that's it, right? So gravel and, okay, so cobblestone stairs. We don't have any, so we're going to have to craft some. That's fine. No issue there. Let's just pop those in there like so. And then we can stick some of this cobblestone back in the chest. Eat some fish, and now let's head towards the tree farm, because I did in fact make a little bit of progress before we went to the jungle, so we can take a look at that right now. Oh, and as you can see, some of them are already growing, so that's it's going to be pretty quick, I guess, to revive our stocks. So we've taken out quite a lot of the roof now, the ceiling area I should say, and these trees have all grown naturally, so that's good. That's exactly what we're looking for. Down here now we transition with some dark oak and spruce half slabs just mixed in together there, and you come down into this grassy area, and our trees have actually moved in one more block. I can't remember why I did it now, honestly, but there was a reason. There was a design reason why I moved the trees in one more block, so just take my word for it if you can. But we're going to be using the mossy cobblestone here just to create a pattern in between the growth areas here, so let's do that if we can. And then we can go with some crackstone brick as well. Then some andesite will work in there like this. Then we can put some gravel, and then you want to go with some cobble stairs. That should do the trick. And we're going to work in the same design on this side, so let's go with some cracked like that. Then we can go with some andesite. Then we can go with the gravel like so, and some stairs. We'll actually change the position of that one, and then in there also. There we go. So that's the sort of design I wanted to put in between the trees there. Obviously this isn't going to be all plain green grass. I'm going to be adding in a few long grass textures and things like that. We could probably do that actually, or should we save it? Maybe I'll be a bit more selective with it, as in harvest the long grass and plant it myself, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, we probably need to do the same up here, right? So this grass should probably go, so that we can do it up at the top as well. The same design that we've done here. So let's actually go back and grab our shovel so that we can get that done. But I'll tell you what, guys, this tree farm is actually a huge time sink, and you can probably imagine why. And the real reason why it takes so long to build is because the, as I've mentioned previously a lot of times, the dark oak trees are a lot bigger than oak trees, so they, of course, they take up a lot more space, which means you need to actually clear out a much higher ceiling than you would if you're growing oak trees. And that is the big time sink, honestly, when building this thing. But I've got quite a lot of it done. It's just the hardest thing really is just motivating yourself to get the work done, because it can be very boring just to sit on Minecraft and dig. But usually I'll watch a few videos in the background or something like that, just for some inspiration for the rest of the series. And I've mentioned him before, I'll mention him again. Usually I'm watching Etho. You guys probably know who he is. He's probably got one of the, well, probably is the single greatest Minecraft Let's Play on YouTube at the moment. And it's over 500 episodes long, so if you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. It's a very good one to binge watch. But I think I'm on probably my third watch through of his series now, so if that tells you anything about it, then it should be a good sign, I guess. Or maybe that I'm a little bit sad or something like that. But no, I'm kidding. It's a very good series. So if you haven't taken your time to go and check his channel out and watch that, definitely do. He doesn't upload as regularly now, unfortunately. But back then when he was releasing episodes consistently, yeah, it was a good, very good thing to get involved with and watch along. So I definitely recommend that. But that's usually what I'm doing whilst I'm digging out these huge areas of land to build our tree farm in. Anyway, let's get to work on placing this pattern in here. As you can see, it's very simple when we've got such small room to cover. You just be as random as possible and just basically give the thing a bit of variety so that it doesn't look too linear or anything like that, and it usually turns out to look quite cool. So there's one side of the farm done. Now we can work on this side. So we'll start with gravel on this side just to mix things up a bit. Go like that. We'll get a stair in there, I think, just to hold the place there. Put him in there like that, and then we'll have a couple more over here. We'll do a double one right there, and then we'll move into the andesite. We'll have some andesite there, there, and then crackstone brick can take over and leave its mark as well, like so. And there we go, that's complete. So we filled in the patterns that we wanted between our trees on both sides here, on the top layer and the bottom layer. I also want to put it in here, so let's remove these sections of stone. It's going to go in between the slabs here. And we'll maybe continue up there, but I'm not going to do that for now, just in case I have a different idea. But let's put a bit of mossy in, like that. Then we can go down to the cracked, get a bit of that worked in, bit of andesite, bit of that. Then under there we can add in a different texture. Oh, no. We'll use a bit of gravel because we didn't get too much of that in. So I think that works fine. There we go. So now you come up there and those are our stairs. Not really sure I like the stair in that angle, so maybe we'll change it to that angle. And we can put in something else here. So let's go with a mossy. Or no, that's too much mossy. Let's just go with an andesite. There we go. Perfect. So now we can come in and out of the farm. The lower layer of the farm with these stairs. I think they look good enough, honestly. I was thinking as well, maybe we'll just pull out this rim, this inner rim, and just have a too high wall so that you sort of can't get out by jumping up, but it also probably makes things look a bit cleaner in here. So yeah, that's probably something I'll work on off camera if I do it at all. But for now, I think things are looking alright. We've made quite a bit of progress in the farm, and I'm a lot happier with the outcome of what we built so far than what we had in the first instance, which I felt was a bit rushed and a bit poorly done. We're going to have to add in some sort of paths because, of course, we have this huge open linear area here. And I don't really know what else to do apart from add in some paths that run along the side. So we could have a think about that together. And if you have any suggestions, be sure to let me know. And also, we've got this area at the bottom. This is going to be like a small lake at the foot of our lower level. So if you got anything that you might want me to put in there or try to put in there, then let me know. Don't be saying dolphins or anything like that, though, because I don't think I want to spend the time putting dolphins down here. But I don't mind putting a few fish in there. So we can do that. But yeah, as I said, I'm quite pleased with how things are looking so far in here. So let's head out and take a look at a few other things around the base for a second. We can probably harvest some of our vines now. They're growing pretty quickly. We can take a sugarcane harvest here as well. There we go. And let's go and grab ourselves some shears. So where are they? Miscellaneous tools. There we go. Let's just take a look. So these guys haven't grown at all yet. We got one there. Two there, I should say. We got another one there. Great. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then up here we've got quite a few. So this is a hot spot for them growing, it looks like. There we go. We can grab that one. Yeah, so good. We seem to be getting vines at a pretty good rate already, which is nice. So I'm going to get off the camera now, check out what sort of footage length we've got for today's video, And if we got time for a little bit more, I'll come back and talk to you guys after the cut. Alright, you guys. So it turns out that last segment was actually quite a bit longer than I thought. It was 10 minutes. So surprising how quick time goes when you're recording sometimes. Anyway, that means this is the end of the episode for today. I do hope that you enjoy the new look of the tree farm and what we've done so far with it. Hopefully we can make some greater improvements to it and just keep things rolling over there and eventually have a good finished product that is much better than what I was going to build in the first instance. So if you did enjoy the video, guys, be sure to drop a like down below. It really helps out the channel and I always appreciate the support that you give. If you have any questions, suggestions or feedback from me or the series itself, be sure to put that down in the comment section below. I get around to reading them all, so if you don't feel like I'm going to answer you or read it, then you're wrong. I will read it and I will answer you, so make sure to drop a comment down below if you want to do so. And also, if you're new around here and you want to stay tuned to the series and the channel, whatever else we decide to put out in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is free after all, and as an optional feature, it's totally optional, there is the bell notification icon button. You can press that to allow YouTube to send you notifications of when my videos go live. So that is definitely an option if you want to do so. But as I said, completely your choice. Don't feel forced to do so. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching and being with me today. Be sure to look after yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.